So we decided it would be really fun to kind of do like a thank you giveaway to our followers. We are each going to be giving away a Kat Von D eyeshadow palette. Thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look here. It's very bright, girly, pink, and very appropriate for spring and summer. Mainly using a few new products that I've picked up recently, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows, as well as the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. Look at that! I also wanted to do a look creating more of a custom lip color, so I did mix two of her liquid lipsticks. I also wanted to create a look using the brushes that came in April's Morphe Me package. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically a monthly subscription from Morphe where you get like 4 or 5 brushes every month. I do actually have an in-depth video all about these brushes which I posted previously. I will link that below. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, please keep watching. Start off, I'm taking the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot to use as my eye base. I'm just going to be smoothing this all over the lid and then lightly pressing some powder right over top. Then I'm taking Soft Peach by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm using that on the Morphe M504, and I'm just going to be lightly buffing this into my upper crease area here. This is going to work as my transition shade. And then I'm going in with Nude from the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. It's a really gorgeous sort of dusty pink color. Just going to add some extra depth, extra dimension, and kind of bring more of that pink tone to the look. So I'm just going to be buffing this in the same area as the previous shade, but also a little bit more on that outer crease. Building up your transition colors will really help give you a more blended look overall. I know it seems like more work, but trust me, it pays off in the end. Then going in with the Morphe M330 brush. This one's much more tapered. I'm taking Deep Plum by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a gorgeous sort of dark brown tone plum. So I apply a little, then buff it out with that fluffier brush. Add a little, buff it out, and repeat. Then taking this super tiny M507 brush, I'm using the exact same color, but just really carving out and building up that color on the outermost part of my eye. I really do want to focus the darkest shades on the outside and the lighter shades on the inside. Going in with this H&M eyeshadow stick in the shade Fairytale, I'm going to be using this as a base to help my eyeshadow stick to and just really make it pop. So I like to smooth this kind of all over my eyelid, and then go right over top with the eyeshadow of your choice. So I'm going to be using Metal by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a gorgeous, like, super shimmery, kind of silvery taupe. That's applied, I like to just blend out that outer area a little bit more, just to make sure everything's nice and cohesive. So I'm adding a little extra color with that small Morphe brush, and then blending it out with the large M504 that we used initially. And then I'm going in with Soft Gold by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's a gorgeous pale, sort of like a champagne gold. It makes a beautiful inner corner highlight. And I'm using a flat brush to apply this to my inner corner and also to my brow bone, just for a bit of a highlight. Going in with this Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Pencil. This was the one that came in the birthday gift for VIB Rouge. This is such a creamy pigmented pencil, it's amazing. So I'm going to be using this as my eyeliner. I'm applying it very slowly, just sort of lightly feathering it into my lash line before blending it out with a brush. I didn't want super like intense eyeliner today, but I still wanted some extra pop and dimension to my lash line. So with this, you definitely want to go slow because like I said, the pencil is so pigmented. So as you can see, I'm just applying little strokes and then blending and feathering it out with a angled liner brush. Then I'm going to be curling my lashes before going in with my favorite mascara, the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. Shocker, I know I use it in pretty much every video, but it is my favorite, especially to use before you put on false lashes. I just find it's really easy and it helps blend your eyelashes with the fake lashes. So I'm going in with the Kiss lashes. These are the ones I use all the time. They are the number 11, I believe, and they're a really good dupe for the Ardell Demi Wispies. So you can see the difference that lashes and no lashes make. For foundation, I'm going in with a mixture of the Maybelline Fit Me and the L'Oreal Pro Matte. I love this because the L'Oreal Pro Matte gives me some extra coverage and longevity, but the Maybelline Fit Me makes it a lot more smoother and more hydrating. I like to apply them to my skin first with the MAC 130 brush and then blend it out with my Real Technique sponge. The brush gives me more sort of control, make sure everything's covered, but the sponge just blends it into the skin the best. Then I'm trying out the Sephora Collection Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. This launched sort of recently, I guess. I do think it's a great concealer. Turned a little bit dry on me, to be perfectly honest, but I'm just applying that sort of in an upside down triangle, as you've seen many times here on YouTube, before blending it in with a sponge. So I like to apply the product to the under eye area, lightly tap it into the skin with my finger just to warm the product up, and then finish by fully blending it out with the sponge. Probably seems high maintenance, but it does the trick. I'm also going to be applying that a little bit to highlight my skin, so I'm going to be applying it to my forehead area, a tiny bit on my nose, a little bit to my cupid's bow, just to help brighten up the whole face. Because I want my skin to be so bright that it's visible from outer space. Now I'm going to be using the Sephora Luminizing drops, and I totally spilled it all over my table. That's what that little face was there. So I like to lightly tap it into my upper cheekbone there. Taking a little bit on your fingertip and tapping it in is really what I find is the best way to work with a product like this. Also applying a little bit to my cupid's bow. For contour, I'm going to use a bit of a cream contour, and this Smashbox contour stick works the best when you apply it in little X motions. If you try and do one single swipe, you might find it just does not blend out very well. So little X motions really help make that work a lot better. And I'm blending it out with a Cover FX liquid foundation brush, just kind of tapping it and pressing it into the skin rather than big wiping motions. We don't want to disrupt the product, we just want to blend it into the skin. Also applying a little bit just above my brow there because that area tends to stick out a bit for me, before setting it with the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. For contour, I'm taking my trusty Kat Von D contour palette, and I usually use a mixture of the lighter two contour shades. This is with the MAC 161 brush. This was limited edition, but I really hope they bring it back because it's amazing. And I'm just taking a little bit of the middle contour shade from that palette just to use as a bronzer and kind of blend everything together because I'm pretty pasty. Pop a little bit of contour down the sides of my nose just to thin it out. Then I'm going in with the Anastasia Glow Kit, mixing those two shades here, and I was very much enjoying the highlight that this was giving me. It was taking me to a whole other level. It was a sexual experience, as you can see. Then you just gotta praise the highlight gods through some interpretive dance. So I apply that to my cheekbones and my cupid's bow before going in with blush, and I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Naked Flushed palette, I believe it was called, and this is the blush shade, and my palette was in the shade Naked. And I'm using the Morphe E4 brush. To do some light baking, I'm going to be taking the Cover FX setting powder I used before, just applying this below my blush and contour to really clean up that line. So I'm just going to let that sit and do its baking magic while I move on to finishing my eyes. I'm going to use this Nude waterline pencil from Liz Watier. This is like my favorite. It's the perfect tone, really brightens up the eyes. And I'm just taking a little bit of that deep plum shade we used before and just smudging this on my lower lash line. And then I'm just using that soft gold color to highlight that lower lash line inner corner area. Time to brush away the baking powder before going on to your lips. For lip liner, I'm using MAC Edge to Edge. It's a really pretty bright pink. For lips, I'm doing a mixture of Anastasia's So Hollywood and Party Pink liquid lipsticks, so I just like to apply them both to the back of my hand and then mix them together with a lip brush. You can make this softer or brighter, really just depending on how much of the Party Pink shade you add, so I did a mixture to make it a little bit more of a muted pink, and I just like to apply that all over the lips with a lip brush. Then I realized I forgot my lower lash line, so I finished that up, and that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to enter the giveaway that I'm doing right now with Claudia. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.